Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Mythic Monday, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the 3 exclusives from this year's Legions Con with the Day 2 exclusive Cosmic Legion's Amazing Alien and Creature Creator 2-pack. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
Okay, I just felt like starting off with the Day 2 exclusive, just because, I don't know, I'm kind of excited to dive into this set and really get into it. I love the whole concept of the toy that, came out, I think in the late 70s, early 80s, where you would put down the different plates and then put paper on top of it and, kind of take a crayon or a pencil and, scratch across the surface, and it would create different creatures that you could then, take and color or whatever. And I like, so that's kind of like the idea behind the hands here. You can see the 2 characters that we get, and a lot of the different parts. I think these may be the exclusive parts that come in this set before they each individually make it into their mainline releases sometime in 2025. We have the Tusk. I can't even read that. That font is just almost completely unreadable right there. But if you wanted to pause that and read the bio for that character, you certainly can. And then, of course, if you want to pause it and read the bio over here, you can. And then here on the back, you can see, you can pause and read all this if you want, but then it's kind of even laid out like a drawing, like each one of these have been made from the different components and the different parts that you get to that come in this set. I really like the whole little layout here, and you can see how basically, with the different heads, you can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different characters, or 6 different characters. I can't count the different characters here with all of the pieces and parts that are in this set in the Amazing Alien and Creature Creator 2-pack. So let's not talk about this anymore. Let's get it out of the package and see everything this thing comes with. There are just so many parts and pieces. I just wanted to go over this. This is the bottom tray, which comes with a full complement here of the ungloved alien hands. So I guess these would be kind of like the ungloved alien hands right here. We have a couple of gloved trigger fingers for the alien, and then we also have the human hands, a full complement of human hands over here. We have 2 sets of shoulder pauldrons. We have a little flap for one of the belts. If you want to use one of the different belts, this is a different loincloth piece. And then we have, of course, the 2 weapons right here. We have like your standard blaster, and then we have the sort of like the bug, I forgot, the bug alien creatures blaster, which this is, I think, my favorite color that this particular weapon has come in. Next up, going over the top tray, you do have your 2 full figures right here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus heads. You have the dwarven blade that we've seen before, the 2 wrist blades that we've seen before, 2 different gauntlets that you can put on either guy, but I believe that they're meant for him. You've got the pistol, you've got your extra arms, your extra neck piece, depending on which head you want to go on this guy, a full complement of the various pegs, 2 different feet, and then your 2 different hoses right there. So starting off with the more human of the 2 aliens, he does come with this really nice backpack that we've seen before. I believe this is the same backpack that we got with Vorga, with her belt that went into her rifle going into the bottom part of this backpack. But you can see that it's in that green and silver and red motif. We do have this very nice helmet that we've seen before, and let's see if the top part of this is removable the same way as it was before. It certainly feels like it is, but it's in there very, very tightly. We do not have any paint on the eye underneath, so I guess this is kind of meant to kind of stay with the with that visor part on the helmet. We do have this sort of reddish, sort of vampire style helmet or head that we've gotten before, with that nice big scar right there across the top of the face and across the head. Looks really nice. Those bright yellow eyes, very, very menacing. We do have this particular head. Now, all of these heads, of course, don't necessarily go on this guy, but they could. Some of them are meant to go on the other alien as well. But I just love this head. I loved it when we first got it in the Cosmic line, and I love these bright green eyes. This brown and gray on the face looks really good. And then we, of course, have this style of helmet as well, and it's got this sort of grayish green, silver, gunmetal gray, and kind of purple motif. And we do have an eye painted under that one. It's very neat. You can barely see the eye paint coming through that purple lens. We also have the wrist rocket. This is, again, in this kind of grayish green and yellow, which looks really nice. We have two gauntlets that we've seen before. For this guy, I love the red and the silver. That brushed metal looks really nice there. We have two of the shoulder pauldrons that I think came with both Vorga and Novian Lean. I think these are I'm pretty sure these are the ones that came with Novian Lean, and I think they may be the ones that came with Vorga, but they're in that green with a little silver on the rivets, which look really nice. And then, of course, we do have the large blaster with sort of like this silver and black on the handle and little pops of green everywhere. It looks really nice. And then a little pistol to go along with it. Same color scheme, silver, black handle, and little pops of green. Now, as far as the hands go, the hands that come on him, he has two different style of hands. So these gloves, of course, on my camera are coming across black, but they are actually like a sort of like a dark brownish color. And so you can see that these hands have like details and little rivets and tech lines and all kinds of details. These are on the horizontal hinges, and they are just your standard gripping hands. He does come with a complement of those same style gloves. These have vertical hinges, and they are your pistol grip hands with trigger fingers. In that same style, they are on vertical hinges. He has a pair of gripping hands, tighter gripping hands on horizontal hinges with that same style of glove. And then for the rest of the hands for this guy, they switched over to the Debon hands, or the leather hands that come in the Hero Hands pack. So they do not have the tech lines. They are just straight up Mythic Legions hands. You can see these are the leather hands. We got some of these with Debon and then in the hands pack. So your gesturing or gripping hands on horizontal hinges, two tighter gripping hands on vertical hinges, and then two of the trigger finger hands on vertical hinges as well. I'm not sure why they switched over. Maybe it's just to give you a little bit of variety. And of course, like I said before, these are coming across on my screen as black, but in hand they are very much a brownish color. And then just taking a look at the figure itself, I love this head that we have here. This is the Magnus head, just repainted in this beautiful gradient from this purple down to this red and the bright yellow eyes underneath. I think just look really great, kind of mirroring that red and yellow eye look from the vampire head. I think this piece may be new. This is not a piece that I recognize from either Mythics or Cosmics. This little looks like maybe like a hood piece that has been folded back. But we have seen all of this armor before. We've got like the sculpted cloth arms. So these are basically, Mythic Legion's arms. This is a Cosmic Legion's body part, torso piece right here. And then we have the belt that we've seen before, and then the cloth legs, cosmic knee pads, and then cosmic boots and cosmic feet. I really like these boots on this guy. I know we've seen them before, but they look really nice on him. And of course, let's see how that backpack looks. So we can just plug that backpack in, and there you have it. Now let's also put in the shoulder pads, because we all know that the shoulder pads do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to changing the way these characters look. and they are pushing in quite nicely. I don't feel like I need to go heat anything up to get this to pop in. And this is straight out of the package. I haven't heated anything up for this guy, so hopefully I won't have much problems. Many problems with the popping and swapping with the heads, which is all I'm really going to do with this guy. So let's pop this head off. Let's go ahead and go with the vampire head. I think that looks really nice. That's a cool little head swap. And then, of course, we have this head here, and you can go, you know, with or without this little collar piece. You can pop that right off if you want, but I think that looks really nice as well. And then if you wanted to pull over some of the other heads, let's get this popped on. And it's probably not on all the way down, but I think that looks really cool too. That would definitely work. And then if you wanted to, you can go with this helmet as well. And so there are tons of different looks you can get out of this guy. But I mean, I just think really and truly, like, this Magnus head just really does it for me. I'm not going to swap the gauntlet parts because those are a little bit, or maybe I'll do it off camera. I won't be able to do that on camera. I'll probably have to go heat those up to pop those off. You know, putting his backpack on, there he is. He's looking really nice, and I think the red on the gauntlets will do a whole lot to sort of like bring the colors together, from the legs, from the knee pads, to the little bit of red on his belt, and then of course the red in his face. It'll just give us another little pop of that red midway through the figure. But let's take a look at the other guy, the other Tusk experiment. All right, we have so much to look at because I kind of feel like this guy has more accessories than the first guy does. But we're going to start off with that Sphexian blaster. Like I said, I do believe this is the best colorway that I've ever seen this thing cast in. I like the little pops of blue back here, and then like this brushed purpley bluish metal on the blaster itself. I think looks really, really nice. This is, like I said, my favorite colorway of this. I have one of these before, but I really like this color version of it. It's kind of got this blue pearlescent handle, and then this nice silver blade. To me, I believe this was like a dwarven sword or something from the Mythics line, but I really dig it. We also have two extra arm pieces here. So if you want to swap the arms for the unarmored look and want to go with the armored or the under flight suit look, you can. They have a little bit of that. This is like kind of like a black color, and this is like dark green, and then this purple color. So it goes very well with his skin tone. So that's really nice. Of course, we have the two hoses. These are exact same as we've gotten before. We've seen those before. As far as weapons go, he still has two of the hand blades that go into his wrists, and these have like a little green and a little bronze color on them. So it's really cool that we get two of those. As far as swapping out parts go, he does have two of the booted feet, again with that dark gray and then green color, a little bit of pop of purple right there on the top. So if you want to swap his feet out for those, you can. He does come with a different style of utility belt, which looks really cool. Has a lot of the browns and grays on there, silver, and the tans on the belt. I think this is really nice. This is probably one of my favorite colors of this particular belt that we've gotten. And if you want to put this on, it does come with the extra front piece that you can plug in underneath it that goes right here, that goes into the figure. That was a really nice touch for them to think to add that. He does come with these larger pauldrons here. I know that I've seen them before, but I can't place who they came with. You guys can let me know down in the comments. I have that dark gunmetal, some silver, some green, and then purple on those as well. Nice little details on the front. Very well painted. Nicely painted. I like those. For swap out parts, he does come with the Oleg Thygar neck piece from Wave 1, which is really cool, and it's in this like dark brown and kind of a grayish purple color. It looks more silver on my camera, but it's kind of got a little purpley tint to it. And then a full complement of hands on him out of the package. He does come with these gloved hands with horizontal hinges, but we do get a set of gloved trigger finger hands with vertical hinges. So that's really cool that they included those. And then a full complement of ungloved, gloveless hands. So we get the Oleg Thygar hands on horizontal hinges, trigger fingers, and then we get trigger fingers on vertical hinges. which is very nice. Those will come in handy. And then we do get a pair of gripping hands on horizontal hinges, and then a pair of gripping hands on vertical hinges. I would have preferred a pair of the ungloved hands kind of like splayed out so you can help hold the weapon. That would have been nice, but you know what I always say, we get what we get. Then here is the Tusk Experiment, the alien version, and I really love it. I love this Novian lean head, and this version of it is even better. So we have some mechanical parts here repainted in that gray and kind of like silvery color right there. We have this dark gray, kind of brown gradient, the bright green pop of color for his eyes. All of his teeth are nicely painted, even in the inside of his mouth. His tongue is nicely painted. I hope you can see that. I really would have wished that all of the teeth and tusk had been painted on Novian lean. That was something that I saw a lot of people do that I thought was nice. On him in the package is the undersuit neck. So if you were to pop this off, you can see that it does have like the suit, the gray and the green in there. And then he does come in the package with the without the flight suit, just his gray unarmored arms. I love the back of this and how cleanly this is painted. The greens and the purples and that bright pop of green, kind of reminiscent of the eyes, looks really good. And then even down on the chest, the purple, the silver, and then that pop of green right there in the middle of that sort of goldy kind of bronze chest piece looks really good. And I do like this belt. It's very thin. You can see there is no waist piece right there because this hangs down, which is why if you do want to replace it with this piece, you've got the other part to pop in there. It looks really nice. And then we have the folds that hang down on the sides from this belt, so it just adds some extra bulk. So if you take this off, these are going to come with it, so you'll have just those particular legs with the gray and the purple and the green, and then you've got the booted feet here, which of course we can also swap out for the other feet, so one with toes, one without. And I just think this guy looks fantastic. Just what a beautiful repaint. And just taking this particular head from Novian lean, marrying it with the arms from Oleg Thygar. Oh, it's beautiful. It just looks absolutely great. I do think I do want to like pop this body apart and pop the other belt on just to see what that looks like. But I do like the bulk that these the armor bits give to these legs. I do think those look really nice, and I think that may be the only difference really between swapping out the belts. It kind of looks like I'm missing something like right here. Does that look the same to you? Does that look like I'm missing something, like something should have been glued right there that's not on mine? I'm going to have to look at other pictures and see what I'm missing, because let me see if I can find a picture, because this is how mine is. And now let me see if I can find a picture and pop in of the other belt to see if I'm missing anything. And I won't know until I do that in post. So yeah, I may have to look into that. But yeah, let's get some extra parts on this guy and see what he can do. I do want to pop this off real quick and see what the other heads look like. So if you wanted to pop on, like, let's say the alien, the red vampire head, that's what that's going to look like right there. If we wanted to go with this particular alien head, which is really tight, I couldn't really get this on the first guy, but yeah, it's not popped in all the way, but that looks really nice. I think he makes a very compelling character. If you got a couple of these different sets, he's going to look very, very nice on there. And then if we wanted to go with this helmet, that's what it would look like. But I think really and truly the next helmet would look best. If you wanted to go with that, I think that looks great as well. Like, I don't think you can really go wrong. But man, this scary Novian lean head just really takes the cake with this particular guy right here. So yeah, let's get these guys up on the turntable, give our final thoughts, and see what kind of different creatures we can make with this guy. I have to say, I really enjoyed this 2-pack. I'm not sure why the Cosmic Legions 2-pack spoke to me more than the Mythic Legions 2-pack. Don't get me wrong, that Mythic Legions 2-pack from Saturday looks amazing, but there was just something about the mixture of textures and suits and parts and colors and all the different. I think it maybe it has to do with the fact that I love both the Magnus head and the Novian lean head, and then you put those on two different style bodies in the cosmic universe, and we're gonna get some amazing things. There are so many parts here. There are so many pieces to pop and to swap, and you know, man, I really do wish, especially the Magnus figure, the more humanoid of the two, was a little easier to pop and swap, both like the gauntlets and the hands. I have to tell you that, you know, after like multiple soaks in hot water, I was still having a really hard time popping the hands in, and it just becomes like frustrating after a while. If you spend, you know, any more than 15 minutes popping and swapping, you know that your fingers start to hurt, your fingers get all tore up, and it just starts to become kind of tedious. But other than that, I have to say that I'm really happy with this 2-pack, and I, you know, don't even have to contact Diego or the shipping department, customer service department, because I actually did find the belt buckle for that one particular belt. It was loose in the box, so I just happened to be, you know, like messing around and looking in the box for other stuff, and there it was. It was just kind of loose in there, so I was able to pop that back on, so no problems there. This is a great set. It was a beautiful set for day 2, and I love the idea of hearkening back to that old creature creator like sketch toy that was just a wee little bit before my time. This is a fantastic set. I absolutely love it. So many parts, so many characters you can make, and I was really, you know, thinking that going into this set I was going to love the more humanoid Magnus figure more, but after playing around with it, I really love the more alien Novian lean style head figure the most. I just think the colors, the shapes, the patterns, everything with his armor is just beautiful, and all of the stuff just pops on and works, and there's so many ways you could customize this guy. I may even try to get my hands on a secondary one of those guys just to mess around with. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I am very sorry that it is, you know, after 6 o'clock today before I'm getting this video up. It's been a really busy day. It's been a very busy weekend, and I'm getting back into the saddle of doing my weekly reviews again. It's been a, yeah, I've missed a few because of Legion's Con and traveling. So, you know, bear with me as I get my feet back under me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.